Mm. Welcome, beautiful ones. I bow to you. This is our final session in Qigong for Autumn 7-week series. Tonight, we'll take our final flight with the white crane. We are just at the precipice of the winter solstice. And this entire series has been preparing us to be fully present in the moment and centered in our body, to enhance our capacity to breathe and to boost our immune system, preparing us for the colder winter months that are that in the beginning seem so far away, and now they're right here. So with that, let's begin our practice. And as we always do, let's take just a few moments to orient yourself to your space. Really bring yourself present here. And I notice every time I do that, my body gently sways. My hands comb through this air. This air is not nothingness. This is a field of qi, a sea of qi. And so as I'm orienting myself and inviting you to orient yourself, bring your awareness to your breath. And bring your awareness to your environment, whether you're inside or outside. Seeing what you see with your eyes and receiving the unseen with your inner eyes. Tonight we're going to go on a journey that's going to require you to see in the unseen realms with your inner eyes, to know with your inner mind, to hear with your inner ears, to love with your inner heart, and to be fully present, filled with grace and courage. Now that we're more fully present here, bringing your hands and feet together, giving a humble bow, emptying your cup, filling your thinking mind, be released and set aside for now. And once you feel like the need to know, the need to have it figured out, you feel like all of that is set aside, then you can softly bend your knees. Feel your feet on the ground, on the earth, on the floor, and slowly filling your body up with oxygen, filling your body up with breath. Uncoil your spine as you rise up and emerge into this present moment. And once you're fully here, step across the threshold into our sanctuary, into our healing circle, and bring your hands to your dantian. Remember, where your mind goes, energy goes. And to be centered, you put your mind in your center. So let's take a few deep breaths, slow, deep abdominal breaths. And really savor this. Fill your body up with breath. And as you fill your body up with breath, your mind drops to your center, and you can feel your qi, your energy, start to settle and become cohered, organized, and grounded. Breathing in and out through your nose. Deep belly breaths. And now when you're ready, bringing one hand to your heart and one to your lower dantian, and staying with this breath, let it fill your body like a wave. Really feel how your breath, as you inhale, feel your belly and your ribs and your chest expand. And then that pause at the top. And then as you exhale, when your breath naturally comes, you feel your chest fall, your ribs, feel your belly pull in. You also feel the base of your pelvic floor pull in at that pause. Breathing in, belly, ribs, chest, expanding, pausing, and then exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. And right there, when you feel your perineum, see that as a pole that's connected to the pause of your breath at the base. And as you inhale, as the breath rises, and at the top of that inhale, as you pause, there's the pole, the peak, and then you exhale. At the bottom of your breath, that pause, that's the winter solstice. At the top of your breath, when you're expanded and filled and full and light, at the top, at the peak, that's the summer solstice. Your body is a microcosm. Just like the macrocosm. Beautiful. Noticing the poles. This is where we are. Okay, so let's warm up our practice and prepare for our journey. So now we're aware of our poles. We're aware of where we are in time. Let's activate things. Let's warm up. Let's loosen up. Let's get a little light in here. Remember, we talked about this last session. In Qigong, we're working with 3 dynamic, massive forces. The force of earth, the force of heaven, and the force of human, the force of in-between. It's called Ren. Animals and plants also hold that. So you, when your feet are on the floor here, you're connected to this earthly realm. In our next session, we're going to spend more time, not so much in the earth per se, but down here in the water, down in the deeper parts. So connect with it now. Send your roots down. And let it support you as you're moving. And as you're making this connection, you're letting this earth energy rise up through your legs, up through your pelvis, up through your spine, and let it flow out through your arms. And then you can feel how all around you is this chi of C, this energy all around you, and this cosmic energy, and how it's light and it's lifting you up and helping you be buoyant. And within you, you're starting to generate heat and power and light. Yeah, you're starting to illuminate from the inside out. So bring your hands up to your lungs and gently pound your kidneys and pound your lungs at the same time. And you can start to make the clearing sound. Or you could do the Z sound. Remember, Qigong for autumn is all about clearing and detoxifying, releasing and letting go. And your lungs and your kidneys are primary organs for that. And the other primary principle about autumn and the metal element is decisive decision making. So knock your decision making points on top of your shoulder. You are clear and decisive. A clear yes, a clear no. You are a woman who knows what you want and what you don't want. You can speak your truth. You can stand in your truth as you stand between earth and sky. Clear, resonant, honest. All right. Hands back to your lungs and your kidneys. And down to your abdomen and your kidneys. Our next session will be spending a lot more time down here. Now, let's agree, let's decide to stop giving this movement any energy. You've made a decision. You're not going to give this movement any more energy. You're just going to let it work itself out. So let it work itself out. Let it find its own resolution without you doing anything. Sense and feel how you feel in your body. I clearly feel quite a bit warmer. Since we're honoring our lungs, let's bring your hands to your lungs and remember your mantra. I am strong. My body is strong. Every cell in my body is working perfectly. I am courageous. I move through emotions. I move through grief and sadness that are natural, normal parts of my life, but I do not get stuck there. Just like every inhale and every exhale, they move through me. I am a portal and a vessel of love, and I am inspired by divine energy. I am inspiring. Beautiful. Lung points, specifically your lung points. Keep yourself healthy. Yeah. And down your lung channel. Your lung channel meridian ends on your thumb. Up the back. Up to your decision-making point, and down. After you've completed 3 times on that side, go to the other side. Then you just know I'm just saying 3 times. When you're in your own practice, you do as many as you want to do or need to do. I just like the number 3. Down. And up. And down. And up. Last one. Sense and feel. You see how there's a lot of energy here, and this is beautiful. And you've heard me say this before. This is beautiful. It brings awareness. But when you move through life with a bunch of energy here, you're going to be real emotional, maybe not stable emotionally. So let's open our hearts and chest, and let's move it down. Move it down to our kidneys so we can moisturize it. We can connect with the waters of our body, and we can move this power through our bodies. Bring it down to your sacrum, down to your glutes, and down to, your hips, and the backs and sides of your legs. And just linger anywhere that feels like you want to linger. And make the pathway down the outside of your legs, up the inside of your legs, up your thighs, across your pubic bone, across your belly, back to your kidneys, and then back down. Three times total. After you've done that 3 times, knock on your lower dantian below your belly button, and then following clockwise direction, making a circle around your belly button. And then slowing it down. Whew. Resting your hands on your dantian. Sensing and feeling how you just activated all this energy all over your body. Since we're about to take a journey, a flight of the white crane, let's spread our feathers and prepare ourselves. So a great way to prepare ourselves is to spread our feathers. So I notice I do this every time it's as if I'm smoothing out my sides, and then I slide my hands across the surface of water. Back to our stance where our feet are rooted, top of our head is lifted. And we're going to actually do the yang version of this. So go ahead and turn your fingers, make your mudra to look like this. And point your fingers to your best of your ability toward you. And that gorgeous position where your head is lifted and it's kind of pressed back, and you have that double chin that you're always trying to stick your chin out so you don't have the double chin. But when you stick your chin back, you notice how you can feel that line of tension activate. So listening to your body, activate the line of tension. Coming back to your breath. Back to your wave breathing. Listening to your body. And when your body naturally inhales and then naturally exhales, allow your ear to fall toward your shoulder, and complete that exhale by rolling your chin toward your chest. Staying on that side, inhaling, rolling your ear across your shoulder all the way back, and exhaling forward. With this stretch, with this opening, I notice that I tend to breathe out through my mouth. Let's see what you do. Both ways are completely fine. If you're breathing out through your mouth, you're probably more purging. And if you have a lot of tension here, it's the perfect time to use your healing sounds. And really see you opening up this pathway. Creating an open channel between your brilliant mind, your open heart, and your capable hands. One more. And At the bottom of this breath, inhale up the other side. Slow and soft. And if you want to breathe in white pearly light, last one. When your chin makes it to the bottom, lower your hands, and when you're ready to inhale, rise up through the center line. And just sense and feel your arms opening up those pathways. And we'll do one more movement to open up our pathway, keeping our hand in that mudra. It doesn't have to be really tight. Bring them to your lung points. And here, when you're bringing them to your lung points, you're just gently touching. You don't have to like dig in, just gently touch. And where this is Rooster spreads his feathers. So inhale. And this is also a spine wave, which is going to lead us to our next movement. So inhale, your arms are spiraling back, and then exhale forward. And tucking your chin and getting into the spine. Letting the spine really be the mover, and then these arms, these wings, you're just opening up the spaces between your rib cage and then in the front, and the spaces between your rib cage and the back. And you can inhale in. Just bringing in fresh oxygen, really expanding all areas of your lungs. Bringing energies, particularly to the back of our lungs. We'll just do this for a few moments. Warming up our spine. And now, when you're ready, when you exhale completely, and then when you naturally inhale, spiral and go the other direction. Still bringing your awareness to your spine, the spaces between your ribs, your floating ribs. And what's really nice about this movement is we're opening up our heart, we're opening up our chest, we're moving our lymph, we're improving our immune system. And we're also concentrating and pouring this good energy into our lung points, which are super powerhouse points that tonify our whole body. Okay. Last one, super slow. And once you're complete, let your hands float down. And let's come to standing, low standing tree posture. Coming back to our roots. Top of our head lifted. Feel that roundness, that buoyancy. You're not holding the chi's holding you. The earth is holding you up. The heaven energy is surrounding you. You're breathing in white pearly light. So from here, we're going to do the spine wave for a moment, and then we'll come into white crane. So bring your awareness to your lower dantian. And imagine in your lower dantian there is a ball of light. And this is a three-dimensional sphere of light. And this three-dimensional sphere of light is rolling forward. It's rolling forward. And you also have a sphere of light in the palms of your hands. And your external hands are tracing what the ball inside of you is doing. I'm going to turn a little bit to the side so you can see me. There we go. Don't worry too much about the details. You'll learn this. This is something that really you just have to practice a bunch, and then one time you get it and it's like, oh, I got it. So when you inhale, your hands pull back, your hands rise up. And then when you exhale, your hands move away and down. When you inhale, your pelvis goes back, your hands rise. When you exhale, your pelvis goes forward, your hands go out and down. Pelvis back, hands up. Pelvis forward, hands out. If you want this extra piece of information, which I guess I'll just give it to you now. When you're imagining this energy rising up your back, imagine when you breathe in, energy rises up your back. And when you breathe out, energy pours down your arms. So when it rises up your back, it rises up to right about here where we just opened up. And then it pours out your arms. You're creating this wheel. It's often called turn the wheel. Let's just do this for a few moments to get a hang of it. And now, remember, we've done this before a little bit. The key important thing, it's eyes on the horizon. Body is soft. And I love this analogy. Imagine you're driving in a pickup truck down a backcountry road. You got to hold your structure well enough that you're not getting bounced around too much, but you're not too rigid that every little bounce doesn't hurt you. You're riding the wave. And your eyes are on the horizon. You're the driver. You are aware that you are managing energy. This is in a way, we're going to tie the metal element in. This is a decision-making person. An alchemist isn't accidentally discovering gold. An alchemist dedicates their life to discovering gold. So their eyes are open. They're driving on purpose. And yet there's fluid movement, room for movement. Okay. Just to give our body a little spaciousness. When your hands float down and they're going to float up. And the next time they float down, gently shift your body slightly to the left, barely to the left. And this just opens up new pathways. And just listen to your body. Let your circle be as big as you want it to be or as little as you want it to be. As long as it's coordinated with your breath. And it's soft. And it feels really good. And you can do this as an internal movement. And the next time your hands float down, let them float down and gently shift your torso to the right. Just creating a subtle shift so the energy can flow freely up your spine and out your arms. A few more times, slow and soft, smooth. Let's start to make your movement smaller. When your hands float down, shift back to the center, making your movement smaller and softer. Bringing your hands in front of your dantian, feeling and noticing your chi ball. Feeling and noticing, pressing your palms closer together and slightly pulling them apart. You're generating this energy. Sense and feel how much you have right here. And now we're about to embark on our white crane journey. So we're going to come back to this sensation in a moment. But as we're holding this precious chi ball, we're preparing ourselves for a journey, for a flight with the white crane. Remember, the white crane is a symbol of grace, symbol of peace. She's a feminine archetype that can travel far. Everything about her is beautiful and elegant and graceful and enduring. And we're going to ask this white crane to teach us, to take us on this flight so we can have a journey. And this first section of the journey is we're going to look back through this year. And since the Qigong white crane spirit animal, she is an ally, she's a teacher. When we look back on this journey, you can either look back toward your lineage teachers, your spiritual teachers of the lessons that you learned this year from your teachers, and or looking back at the lessons and wisdom and insights that you learned this year from your ancestors. So that's where we're going now. We're going to look back toward our lineage teachers and our ancestors to see what we've learned from them this year. So honoring the white crane, we are going to start with forward flying. Forward flying is a lot like what you just did. You are going to continue your spine wave and feel yourself right now standing as a crane in a river. And you feel the urge, the impulse to start to fly. And so as you do, you take a nice deep breath and you inhale, the energy rises up through your spine and out through your wings. And it starts off slow and low until you start to feel ready to let this energy rise up further and further up your spine as you feel yourself taking off, taking flight. You're inhaling, this gentle spine wave, taking flight, going on a vision to reflect on the wisdom of your ancestors and of your lineage. And so as you take flight, you start to fly a little higher. And so you need to fly a little faster. When your wings make it up to your shoulders, that's about as far as your arms need to go. But let your power, let your energy grow here. Let it expand. You're shifting into a yang state. You're gaining altitude. You're gaining elevation so you can see clearly. White crane gives perspective. So as you are flying and gaining altitude, you are now high above the treetops. You are now high above the clouds and the fog that may be obscuring your vision. Now you are at a height where you can clearly see who your teachers are. You can start to clearly see your ancestors who have been teaching you, who have been with you this year. And as you are starting to gain even more elevation, you are turning and reflecting and remembering and looking to them and seeing the vision that you see. Who showed up for you this year? And as you do, you're starting to look to see who showed up for me this year. You're starting to see. And then now, so you're putting some energy into it. And then there is a point where you catch the wave, the current catches you. And so you're still staying high, but your movements are slow. And you can now see your ancestors. You can now see your lineage keepers. And so as you're in this current with them, fly with them for a moment. Let their wisdom be revealed to you at this height. And with a heart full of gratitude and honor and respect, thanking your ancestors and your wisdom teachers, your lineage. And from this distance now, start to receive into your feathers, receive into your fold, receive into your body their wisdom. And once you feel like you have done that, start to make your descent, start to return. And so keeping your movements fluid and graceful, feel yourself returning back to earth with your arms and your wings flapping lower and slower as you feel yourself coming back down through the atmosphere, back down through the sky, and feel yourself land on a branch. Land, feel your feet on a branch of a tree. This tree is on a mountain, and you are perched on the branch at this tree. You can see the river, letting all this wisdom from your ancestors and your lineage settle into your body. And then you realize you're standing on a branch of a tree. This is your lineage tree. This is your tree of life. This is your family tree. And you landed on your branch, where you fit, where you belong. Letting that sensation sink in. Beautiful. Now here we go. Again, we're going to reflect just a little bit more. This time, almost the same movement, but it's one arm at a time. It's single wing forward flying. Single wing forward flying. Letting your arms become like wings. And as they do, you are taking flight. You're ready for the next vision. You're ready for this experience. And as you start to take flight, you feel yourself rise up, rising above all the obstacles. Feel yourself rising above, again, the treetops and the clouds and the fog and the confusion and the busyness. As you rise above with your graceful, elegant, beautiful wings, and you have to now give a little effort here. You're working for this. You want this vision. You want this height and clarity. So you give some power here. Give some power. You're moving faster. Your wings are flapping higher. And now, as you're reflecting on this year with all honesty and truth to yourself, you're looking back at some of the things that make you go, damn, I made a mistake. Oh, I did that. I made that mistake, that residue feeling of, I did that. So, and as you're putting this effort, this energy, this yang energy into your body, you're getting to this new height. You're starting to see some of the things, some of the mistakes, quote unquote mistakes that you made this year. You're like, dang. And so now kind of flick it off, like, shake it off your back, shake that off your back. Acknowledge that it happened. Acknowledge that it happened, and then just kind of like, don't let that weigh you down. Don't let that weigh you down. Boom, you're like brushing it off. Don't let that weigh you down, but you're still rising, and you're rising above it. You're rising above it, so you're not being held down by it. You're not being burdened by it or contained in any way. Whew. And then once you feel like you've gotten to the point where you can shake it off, you can see it for what it is, you can shake it off, you're at the height, you're at the elevation that you need to be, and then that gorgeous experience happens where you're putting all this effort to try to do the right thing, to shake it off, to fly, and then boom, you get caught into and carried by the flow, carried by the current of life, carried by the forgiveness, carried by the grace, carried by the wisdom and gift of the experience. So your wing flaps are still big, but they're slow. It doesn't require so much effort here. So sense and feel what's carrying you. What gift did you receive from this experience? What wisdom? Remember, feathers gather energy. So now you're gathering the wisdom, gathering the grace, the forgiveness, the gift. And once you feel like you've received that gift, you can start to make your descent. So gradually, slowly bringing the gift of that experience home with you. Bringing it home with you. Bringing it down to earth. Bringing it to the here, now, present moment. The gift and the wisdom of something that you transformed. And as you are descending down, feeling yourself come to the ground, feeling yourself come back to earth, as your wings start to slowly find the pause, you feel your feet on the earth. And now you feel your feet on the earth, and that causes you to come to stillness. And as you bring the gift and wisdom of your life experience to this present moment, feel that you are no longer just standing on the surface of things. You are now able to root down, deeper in. Feel your roots go down into the earth and branch out in all directions, deep and wide. Feel yourself grounded in the wisdom and in the truth of this wisdom, of this experience. How it's supporting you. Beautiful. Really letting the earth hold you. And we are on the brink of the winter solstice. And it's time for one more flight. But this time, my love, we're not looking back. We're looking forward. We are looking ahead, looking forward to who we're becoming. So when you feel ready, this time it's sideways flying. So taking that chi ball and gently pulling it apart, expanding it. You're not pulling it apart as it's being tattered. You're pulling it apart as that it's expanding now. It's becoming bigger. That thing that was once small is now becoming so big that it can carry you. And so when you're ready to take flight, you take flight as you inhale, your wings spread out and your graceful power fills your body as you climb in elevation. You're starting off slow and low, but it does not take long for you to feel full wingspan. As you look ahead, your eyes are on this spring equinox. What are you looking forward to as you rise above the clouds, as you rise above the fog, as you rise above your life? Rising above, now you need to give a little bit more energy, a little bit more power, a little bit more dedication, a little bit more effort. And as you're rising above, you are looking to the future of who you are becoming, of who you are becoming. And so once you get to the point where you can see, let's go higher than you have gone before. You have never been here before. This is beyond your limit. So go wherever you went last, go higher than that. Higher than that. Open yourself beyond your limiting beliefs to your future and look beyond the veil. And what do you see? When you're ready, when it naturally happens in your own time, when you catch that wave, when you catch that current, when the future just takes you, let it. Because you trust it, you are courageous. You've released and let go of so much. You have come so far. Now you're being carried into the future. And I'm going to be silent so you can receive your vision. And once you receive your vision, knowing that this vision will continue to come to you in the days and weeks ahead, gather this vision in your feathers. Breathe this vision into your lungs. Gather this vision into your body. Knowing that it's time to come back home, my love. It's time to return. So slowly, slowly, feel yourself taking the vision of your future, of who you're becoming, of what you're looking forward to. Bringing that with you in your feathers, in your grace. Bring yourself down to earth, slowly and gradually, making your movements so small and so slow. And now this time as you land, you feel that your roots are not merely in the earth, but that you feel the earth holding you, so much so that you are being nestled in the earth's fertile soil as if you are the seed, you are the rhizome, you are the root. Not that you have roots, you are the root, and you are being planted and held by the earth. You're feeling the soil coming around your legs, as if your legs are two branches of your root. And you're feeling this soil come around your waist and around your chest and around your entire body. You are being held completely in the earth, and you are safe, and you can breathe, and you can thrive under the soil. You are being planted like a seed. Let that sink in. You are being planted. The entirety of you is being planted like a seed, with your vision of your future, with your potential intact in the earth at the winter solstice, in the darkest time of the year. Seeds love this. Roots love this. After the solstice, when your root comes in contact with water and light, you will grow. But for now, you rest here. For now, you gestate and germinate with your grace, with your courage, your inspiration, your potential, your love. And in this place, deep in the soil, in the belly of the mother, in the womb of the mother, is where I'm leaving you and resting you and tucking you in here. Our journey for this session is now complete as you are resting in the arms of the mother. So I invite you to complete this session, for you to feel complete, to take your hands and bring them to your body and rub this, seal this experience in, sealing you in as you are sealing in your seed wherever you need it to be, so that you are sealed in and held in the nourished, rich, beautiful soil of the mother. And when you're ready, bringing your hands to your lower dantian. Knowing that you are held in the mother, and then within you, you are a seed in the mother, and within you are also seeds. Feeling those in to your womb. When you're ready, taking a nice deep breath, reaching your hands up, letting this energy pour through, almost as if you're tapping the soil down on top of you, settling you in, planting you in your garden, patting that soil down, feeling that happen as you complete this session, stepping back across the threshold, bowing, right hand makes a fist. You've got this. You are the root. Left hand covers it, the earth, bringing it to your heart as you gestate in stillness, in the dark, hibernate in love. And as we bow forward, we bow to our teachers' teachers, and the teacher within. We bow to our ancestors. We bow to our lessons, our gifts. We bow to each other. We bow to the metal element in the season of autumn. We bow to the white crane. And with that, bringing our hands back to our heart and stepping out. So while you're in this space, my love, I invite you to journal.